Parashat 49. Ki Tetze, when you go out. 5th Aliyah. Devarim 23:25, 24:4. Moreh Ezra ben Avraham. Neither abuse at work nor disposal at home. How is the true holiness of a nation measured when pious speeches are turned off, and a person faces their passions, war, or daily life? As a starting point, in the first 4 aliyot, Moshe unfolds a series of laws covering war, family structure, social justice, and community boundaries. On the boundaries of war, family, and education, Devarim 21:10 to 21:21 Moshe begins by addressing the battlefield scenario through the law of the captive woman, Yafat Tu'ar. The Torah recognizes the force of human impulse in the chaos of combat. Yet, instead of allowing the barbarism practiced by pagan nations, it imposes a psychological and moral restraint on the soldier. He must bring the woman into his home, allow her to mourn her parents for a full month, remembering that her father may have died in battle, and her mother, having known a man, executed according to Bamidbar 31:17-18, and treat her with dignity before making any decision. A valid question arises: why did the sages impose so many conditions on certain laws that, due to their rarity, were not expected to ever be applied? Upon analyzing cases such as the Ben Sora Yumareh, the rebellious son, an essential question emerges. Why did the sages of the Talmud establish such extreme procedural requirements that made applying certain Torah penalties nearly impossible? They did not do this to correct divine law, but because of 3 sacred principles. The requirement of absolute certainty. Emet, to apply the maximum penalty, the court, Sanhedrin, could not act on suspicions or emotions. A 100% certainty was required. The sages taught that it is preferable to acquit 100 guilty people for lack of evidence than to execute a single innocent person on presumption. Revealing the pedagogy behind the text, the written Torah formulates extreme cases, with drastic language to engrave the spiritual gravity of sin in the minds of the people. The oral law, Torah Sheba'al Peh, demonstrates that the Creator's intention is not impulsive destruction, but moral education and return, teshuvah. A restraint on human wickedness and vengeance. Without these strict conditions, an angry father would have used the law against his son in a fit of rage, a jealous husband against his wife out of spite, or a corrupt judge to destroy his rivals. These legal barriers protected the law from being weaponized by human passions. The 5th Aliyah begins by clarifying work ethics, respect for others' property without falling into greed. Logistically, the Torah allows anyone who enters a neighbor's vineyard or field, as a worker or day laborer during harvest, to eat grapes until satisfied, or pluck ears of grain by hand to quiet hunger. However, it imposes 2 strict limits: no carrying away food in a container, and no putting a sickle to the neighbor's standing grain. The sages, Rashi, Rambam, and Bava Metzia 87b, clarify that this law applies specifically to a hired worker during harvest. The Torah demands human generosity from the employer. Do not muzzle the worker while handling food. However, by prohibiting containers or sickles, it demands that the worker not abuse trust or cross into theft and greed. This teaches us workplace ethics today, using right resources versus filling the container by taking supplies home, billing unworked hours, or scrolling social media on work time, stealing time from who pays your wage. In the digital world, enjoy shared knowledge without using the sickle to plagiarize or profit from another's effort. Regarding Shalom Bayit, Moshe regulates marital dissolution when a man finds serious misconduct or indecency, Ervit Davar, in his wife. A formal bill of divorce, Gett, is required. If she marries another and the second dies or divorces her, the Torah strictly forbids the first husband from taking her back, preventing marital manipulation and frivolous marriage. Today, when people end commitments by disappearing or blocking others, the Torah teaches that human beings are not disposable. In synthesis, the 5th Aliyah of Parashat Ki Tetze teaches the ethics of boundaries, enjoying fruits without greed and protecting human dignity and vulnerability. The presence of Hashem dwells where there is honesty at work and sacred respect in our relationships. Shalom.
Ya comienza por aclarar la ética en el trabajo, el respeto a lo ajeno sin caer en la codicia. Logísticamente, la Torá permite que quien entra a la viña o al campo de su prójimo, como trabajador o jornalero durante la cosecha, pueda comer uvas hasta saciarse, o arrancar espigas con la mano para calmar el hambre. Sin embargo, impone dos límites estrictos: no se puede meter nada en un recipiente para llevar, ni se puede meter la hoz en la mies ajena. Los sabios, Rashi, Rambam y Tratado de Baba Metzia con acento 87b, aclaran que esta ley aplica específicamente al trabajador contratado en el momento de la recolección. La Torá exige al patrón una actitud de generosidad humana, no se frena la boca del trabajador mientras maneja el alimento. Sin embargo, al prohibir el uso de recipientes o de la hoz, la Torá le exige al trabajador no abusar de la confianza, ni cruzar la línea hacia el robo y la codicia. Esto nos enseña la ética en el trabajo actual: usar los recursos justos frente a llenar el recipiente llevándote suministros, cobrando horas no trabajadas o navegando en redes en horario laboral. En lo digital, implica disfrutar el conocimiento compartido sin meter la hoz para plagiar o lucrar con el esfuerzo ajeno. Chiddush/Midrash EBA. En referencia al Shalom Bayit, Mosé regula la disolución matrimonial cuando un hombre encuentra en su mujer una falta grave, Erbat Davar. Se exige un documento formal, Gett. Si ella se casa de nuevo y el segundo esposo fallece o la divorcia, se prohíbe que el primer esposo vuelva a tomarla, evitando la manipulación conyugal y el juego frívolo con el matrimonio. Hoy, cuando la gente termina compromisos desapareciendo o bloqueando al otro, la Torá enseña que los seres humanos no se desechan. En síntesis, la quinta aliyá de Parashat Ki Tetze nos enseña la ética de los límites: disfrutar del fruto sin codicia y proteger la dignidad humana en la vulnerabilidad. La presencia de Hashem habita donde hay honestidad en el trabajo y respeto sagrado en las relaciones. Shalom.